Good morning, everyone. This is Issa from End Times Mama, and I'm here to bring you a few of the important stories I think are important for us to be keeping an eye on. This is going to be a regular segment if I feel like it's something people are down for, so definitely let me know if this is something you would watch regularly. That would be helpful and edifying to you, and I will also conclude with an inspiring verse and some encouragement. So, let's get started. Now, of course, the big story this week is the resignation of former National Security Advisor Mike Flynn, who came out and said that he had actually withheld some important information from Vice President Mike Pence regarding his conversation with a Russian official, which was the conversation itself was customary for him to do as the National Security Advisor appointee, but his failure to disclose everything that they discussed was in fact a breach of trust, as the Trump administration described it. Now, Trump did ask for his resignation, and he did in fact resign. Now, of course, the media is quite delighted about this and just going after it with all they've got, and it's coming to light that it is in fact the intelligence community is leaking information to the press, which is, once you get down to what's really going on or what could be really going on, it seems to be almost like some sort of coup or, quite a big internal conflict within the branches of government, the so-called deep state, which is the intelligence community, a lot of whom were appointed by Obama, seem to be conspiring against the Trump administration. These suspicions were echoed in a quote by retired Colonel James Williamson, who has been quoted at length explaining that he believes this was, in essence, a political hit against Mike Flynn designed to undermine the Trump administration. So we'll just have to keep an eye on this, because the implications of this sort of conflict within the internal branches of the government is intense, to say the least. Moving on, violence and riots continue in Paris as the result of police brutality committed against a young black man. This has been going on, I believe, for a few weeks now, and it bears quite a bit of a resemblance to the anti-police riots we've had here in the United States. The riots themselves seem to largely target police officers. There's been a lot of violence against local police officers, and it is spreading outside of Paris into the surrounding suburbs. Paris has seen a lot of violence and riots over the last few years, and of course there is a very large migrant population there currently as a result of their own immigration policy and open border. So we'll just have to keep an eye on that, considering the amount of terrorism there has been in Paris in the last few years and their history of riots. It is certainly very interesting to watch unfold, and our prayers are with the people of Paris for their safety and for eventual peace there. In Second Amendment news, a federal court in Florida has ruled that a doctor is in fact allowed to question a patient about their firearms or gun safety in the home. What this actually has to do with the health of the patient and the doctor's ability to treat the patient is unclear. Also, I'm not entirely sure how much the doctor is still bound to typical privacy laws regarding the patient, but the judge did rule that it is a violation of his or her First Amendment, the doctor to be able to ask the patient about his or her gun ownership and gun safety in the home. I suppose the patient would have every right also to not answer the doctor's inquiries, and as the judge explained, if the patient dislikes being asked about their firearms, they can in fact find another doctor. Not incredibly easy under Obamacare, I'm guessing, but that's another conversation. Continuing in the trend of internal conflict and upheaval in large Western countries, former British Prime Minister Tony Blair has told a crowd in a speech that pro-EU Brits should be, quote, rising up against Brexit, rallying together many pro-EU Brits who were very distraught by Brexit. We'll have to see what goes on here. Of course, many people were thrilled to see Britain vote to pull out of the EU. And of course, the election of Donald Trump here in the United States was even called the American Brexit. We're seeing this trend of sort of populists wanting to close off borders and restrict immigration, while the government and the elite want to open borders and allow free immigration, which is of course a quintessential proposal for a new world order, Agenda 21, UN, EU type world. So we'll just have to see what happens there. And with all of these stories, if you ever see a story that you think is very relevant for us end times focused anti-NWO folks, give me a shout out and send that my way. I am a total news junkie, so I will be happy to hear it. And finally, for some encouragement today, I don't know about you, but I always need to go back to the Word after reading the news. This is from the book of Revelation, chapter 3, verse 11. Behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown. Now, of course, we know full well that no one can come between us and the Lord Jesus Christ. And we can just take so much comfort and joy in that blessed hope that he will be returning to establish his kingdom here on earth and destroy the wicked. And don't ever take your eyes off that prize. Don't let the grim happenings in the world ever get between you and the Lord. Keep your eyes on the sky, keep your head in the Word and your feet on the ground, and know that he will be with us always, even until the end of the earth, and that our crown is waiting for us in eternity. So thank you so much for watching, and once again, give me a shout out if this is a segment that you would like to see regularly. I'll try to do it daily, or at least a few times a week. Please subscribe to my channel and like this video to let me know that it's something that you want to watch. And thank you once again for watching. Have a wonderful day and weekend, and God bless you.